Good morning, YouTube. And wait till everybody filters in. Movie Hunter and Marie are in the house. Noah, geriatric. How's everybody doing? Hey now, John Hines in the house. Everybody do. Sav's in the house. Joey Baseball's here. Kyle's here. Joey, obviously you do not follow me on Instagram. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. Noah just started watching Phantom Menace. I enjoyed Phantom Menace. It gets a lot of hate, but I liked it. Sav, I'm doing good. Andrew's in the house. Ryan, Martinez, Joe. What's going on? Marie knows. She follows me on Instagram. I got movies in a hat to talk about. I got new releases to talk about. I got a stack of movies that we're going to talk about. Because Instagram's a scam. Right, Joey? Movie King Ryan watched 47 Meters Down Uncaged on Blu-ray yesterday. Yeah, after watching the first one, I have no interest in watching that. Sav's been watching the Transformers movies. I enjoy the first two. After that, it falls off for me. So yeah, Joey Baseball asked why is there a hat with paper in it? So I had a bunch of movies on my shelf that I wanted to watch this week, but I also had movies on like HBO and Hulu that I've been wanting to watch. So I took 24 movies, put them in the hat, and on my Instagram story, I've been drawing what movie we watch next. So at the end of the live stream, stay tuned. I'm going to pick out the first movie that Bridget and I are watching today after the live stream. So that is why there are movies in a hat. I'll be doing that at the end of the live stream. What do we got here? Rice James watched Trading Places for the first time Sunday. Great movie. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I Rice, I watched the Crystalia special the other day. So Movie Hunter's been watching the Ip Man movies. Marie watched Olaf's Frozen Adventure. Yeah, I have that. I don't think I've watched that yet, if I'm not mistaken. Kyle's thinking about checking it chapter 2 out. How was it? I was not a fan. It was very overlong, very drawn out. So not very good. First one's much better. Aaron's in the house. Martinez Joe's Sound of Music is not in the hat. Ugly Dolls is not in the hat. Watchmen is not in the hat. So I thought that the Leah special was good. It's just not as funny as like the Burt special or Tom Segura's newer special, but it's funny. I like Crystalia. I wish they would have put Undateable on DVD. Definitely one of my favorite shows of the last decade. Oh, Marie, I might own that. I have a stack of packages. I have one, two, three, four, five. I have like 8 packages that I still have to record a video, and that might be in there. Um, Sav shaved his beard off today. Sorry to hear that. Martinez Joe watched Hobbs and Shaw. Wasn't a big fan. Oh, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun time, for sure. I got my cool Stranger Things Mallrats T-shirt on here that my girlfriend got for me. How did I decide what goes in the hat? Like I said, 12 of the things that are in the hat. One is 2 movies, to be perfectly fair. But they were on my shelf. It's just stuff that over the last like 2 weeks we've been wanting to put in the hat. And then Hulu and HBO stuff, only because it's stuff that's only on there for a limited time usually, and I'd like to check some of it out. So that's how I decided this time around. And then we'll build up the pile when we have RJ, and then I think we'll do the hat thing again. People seem to enjoy it. It's an easy way to just determine what we're watching and not sit there and go, oh, I want to watch this. Like, I feel like whatever gets drawn, we want to watch, whether it be a rewatch, which some of it is, a first time watch for me, a first time watch for Bridget. I think it's fun. A fun way, I should say. What do we got here? Movie Hunter liked Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah, I enjoyed that too. Rice James, favorite Royal Rumble match? I'm not sure. Maybe like 92 is a great one. Uh, Aaron's getting Ingrid Goes West from Hamilton book. It's the Canadian one. That's why I didn't buy that one. I own Ingrid Goes West? I don't think I own it. I know I've seen Ingrid Goes West. Gladiator came out 20 years ago today, John Hines says. I've never seen it. Spoiler alert. Yes, I've never seen Gladiator. Aaron, what did you think of Empire Records? That's like one of my probably top 20 favorite movies. It's a movie I could sit there and watch and quote along the entire movie. Andrew asked if I like Blazing Saddles. It's okay. It definitely couldn't be made today. Yeah. I think after I watch Ugly Dolls once, Joey, I'm never going to want to watch it again. I really have little desire to watch that movie. Like I said, I mean, I had little desire to watch Man of Steel, but John Hine made me watch it, which I was okay with. Um, Empire Records is so good. Martinez Joe says, I agree. I don't like the remixed edition though. I like the original version. Rice says Goodfellas or Wolf of Wall Street. Goodfellas. Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies ever. It's like top 5. Wolf of Wall Street's fantastic as well, and it has Jonah Hill, who's one of my favorite actors. So, man, my camera is being way too fidgety. Ollie's in the house. Aaron says, I loved it. There wasn't a character I didn't like besides Rex Manning. Oh, Rexy, you're so sexy. You gotta love Rex Manning. He's the perfect protagonist or antagonist for that kind of movie, I should say. Yeah, I watched the Emoji Movie, Marie. It was pretty brutal to get through. Is my camera crooked, guys? Hold on. Feels like my camera is crooked. What are you drinking this morning? I have my Starbucks double shot energy mocha today. Bryce James says favorite Star Wars film. Did you not watch my ranking video on YouTube, Bryce? It's on there. It's The Force Awakens is my favorite Star Wars movie. Yeah, Rex Manning was in Grease too. That's funny. At least he was given some catnip from Bridget before Bridget left, so I'm sure she'll be all sorts of chill. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna draw a name out of the hat for the movie that we watched today at the end of the live stream. I got my movies lined up that are the next part of my shelf. I'll probably wait till about a half an hour in to do that. And then in about 10 minutes, we'll talk about new releases that came out today. So, some structure for the live stream day. I figure the first 15, 20 minutes we'll just kind of chill. If you guys have any questions, we can just talk and then dive into new releases and then the movies. Favorite Mission Impossible movie? What's the last one called? Fallout. Fallout was pretty good. So, Ollie says in the last few days I've watched Analyze This, Backdraft, The Intern, Devil's Advocate, and Four Brothers. Some interesting movies. I really like The Intern. I think that didn't get enough love personally. Aaron says I gotta leave for work at 11:30, so you should totally pick a movie before then. I'm saving it for the end. Make people stay. I'll let you know. I'll message you on Instagram what movie it is. A personalized Instagram message. Well, hopefully the cat will just chill. I mean, if she looks for munchies, she has food in a bowl, so she's good there. But Sev says he's wearing his favorite Wolverine shirt. Very cool. So what's everybody been up to? How's everybody doing? How's quarantine life going? Yeah, Hamilton book dropped new titles last night. I will say this is probably the most disappointed I've been in a Hamilton book um, haul, or not haul, but if I hadn't gone through the entire Blu-ray list on Sunday and added movies to my wish list, I would not have placed an order last night because there was one thing I kind of wanted and it wasn't worth buying by itself, and I wasn't even going to get it because I already own the movie, and the version I order is just going to take up more space. But because it's a movie I love so much, um, I decided to do it. Plus, I decided to splurge a little. There was an MVD movie off my wish list on Hamilton Book that I wanted to get, but like the 4Ks they put up were all things from the last sale that what I wanted, I already picked up. Nothing really new. Plus, there weren't price drops this time around. So hopefully, next time I'll there'll be a better haul and they'll do some price drops. Noah says, have you seen The Neon Demon? I bought it from Dollar Tree. Yes, it is a very, very weird movie. Jesse's in the house. Jesse, what's going on? J2H, did you buy The Lobster? Saw on there last night. Remember you talking about it. I almost bought it and I realized it's the Canadian version. So I did not order that. I've been watching one on Macari, but the person hasn't responded back to my message yet. So I'm waiting for them to respond to my message to see if they would accept my offer. I offered a little more because it has the slipcover with it, and I think that's a tougher slipcover to come across. Also, a big shout out to Jeff Hammer, Collecting with Hammer on YouTube. He sent me, he bought stuff for me off of my Amazon wish list, and the package came the other day. I haven't opened it yet. I won't open it until I do the unboxing video, which hopefully I'll record sometime later in the week. But a big shout out to Jeff for getting me. He said multiple things off of my wish list on Amazon, so thank you very much. Much appreciated. Brandon Sullivan's in the house. Brandon, what's going on, buddy? He saw Peanut Butter Solution listed on Hamilton Book. Yeah, I watched it once. I couldn't see spending $18 on it, so I didn't get it, but I got some other cool stuff, some stuff I'm excited about. And I got some cheap stuff that will probably be one-time watches and won't make the shelf. Noah said thoughts on Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah, so I watched Eyes Wide Shut yesterday for the first time. Bridget and I both, it was our first time seeing it, and it was good. Um, I remember pausing like an hour and 40 minutes in, so Bridget and I could get some lunch and then finish watching it. Um, it's good, but I, it's good. The ending left a little to be desired. Um, but that's because it's kind of open ended. But I also get what Kubrick was doing there, and obviously it's up to interpretation. Like, I mean, the movie's 20 years old, so I guess spoiler alert notice. But like, is he dreaming? Is he awake? Like, is it real? Is what's happening really real, or is it all fantasies? So it's interesting when you think of it that way. Yeah, no, it's gonna make the shelf. It's definitely something I would revisit at some point in time. Um, I thought that was somebody pretending to be you, Joe. So now that Crazy Joe's here, I guess I'll make the announcement official tonight, way past my going to bed and laying down time, 10 o'clock Eastern. I will be doing the Mega Podtastic, the all new Mega Podtastic with Crazy Joe and J2H. Um, so yeah, I'll be on a live stream. I keep saying live stream in my head. I'll be doing the podcast with Crazy Joe and Jacob tonight. I'm very excited. I haven't done a podcast in a while, and then I actually also tentatively will be doing the Hollywood Boulevard podcast in like 2 weeks, where we'll be discussing Rambo Last Blood. That's a tentative one, though, but I will definitely be on Megapodtastic tonight with Crazy Joe, with J2H, and I'm excited about doing that. So, Joey Baseball says, if movie theaters open up again, would you go? And would you go if they forced you to wear your mask? Um, I am not going to rush back to the movie theaters. Um, Unless there's something I really want to see, but the idea of sitting there with my mask on for 2+ hours, same thing, like I'm not going hunting to flea markets and stuff if I wore a mask, especially like summertime. I have no desire to wear a mask. I get hot walking around the store for 10 minutes with a mask on. I can't imagine walking around outside in a flea market in 80 or 90-degree heat with a mask on. I will not do it. I don't need movies that bad. Um, it's ridiculous. Ugh. Why would you go see Wonder Woman? Ugh. Hopefully, it's going to be better than the last one. I have no desire to see Wonder Woman 84. That'll probably be one that'll be on home video for like 6 months, and I guess I'll finally watch it. And it's because Bridget will want to see it more so than I do. No desire. More mediocrity out of the DC universe. So, what else do we got here? Crazy Joe said Rambo 5, fun movie. Yep, Home Alone meets Rambo. That's how I describe it. Rice James says, what podcast do you watch? I assume you mean what podcast do we listen to? Because I usually don't watch podcasts. Um, I listen to Film Junk. I listen to Megapodtastic. I listen to Kid Chris out of Cincinnati, Ohio. He used to be in Philly. What else did I listen to? I just listened to J2H's podcast they did with his buddies last night, the first episode of that. More, Crazy Joe, you're in here. Martinez Joe wants to know what's the topic tonight for the podcast. Can we divulge that information, or is that top secret? I don't want to ruin anything. So Sav says, "Have you met any of your subscribers?" Yeah, I've met a few people who have recognized me out hunting. Um, not often, I mean, but it has happened. People have recognized me, so that's pretty crazy. Uh, Erin said she'll be going to flea markets. She's mastered wearing a mask for 8 hours. Yeah, but wearing a mask outside in 80, 85, 90-degree heat, oh, that sounds rough. Well, Crazy Joe, isn't there a certain movie that we're talking about? I was told that we had to watch it, and I want the 2 hours of my life back that consumed that watch. Space Force looks good, Ollie says. I agree, it looks fun. Yeah, a lot of the mail order companies are doing big business right now. So, um, yeah. Uh, yeah, Marie and Joe Martinez would have been in PA this past weekend. Oh, thank God. Oh, Joe, thank God. If I had to fight with you on your podcast, if you were giving that movie a high five, it was going to be very ugly if you were giving that movie a high five. I'm glad it is going on the mediocre minute. Congrats, Backwin. All right, so well, yeah, Joe, we'll talk about it obviously more in depth on the podcast. There were a few positives. There are a few positives, but not much more outside of that. Oh, Extraction. Oh, Ollie. Keep an ear out for the Megapodtastic podcast to hear our thoughts on it. That may be what we're what we're talking about right now. That was mediocre at best. Snotter Otter's in the house. Aubrey's here. She used to go mow her lawn before the rain comes. That doesn't sound like fun. All right, guys. So new releases before I forget because I'm already a few minutes late. The big new release today on Blu-ray and 4K is Bloodshot with Vin Diesel. Movie I still haven't watched, but I want to check it out for sure. Have not seen it. Also, another movie I want to check out is The Lodge. The Lodge comes out today on Blu-ray. Um, I've heard mixed things about it. I'm sure it'll be a very divisive movie, kind of like Hereditary and what's the other movie I'm thinking of? Hereditary and It Comes at Night. Gretel and Hansel's coming out, which I want to see, but I have no expectations for at all. The Jesus Rolls comes out, which I know Crazy Joe disliked immensely, said it was horrible. I want to see it still because I love The Big Lebowski. I will watch it still, but I have no expectations. I Still Believe, which is based on a Christian music singer. I don't really have much to say about that one. Greed, which stars Steve Coogan, looks very promising. And then a movie that I wanted to ask you guys about. Lionsgate is releasing a movie called Arkansas. It stars Liam Hemsworth, Clark Duke, Vivica A. Fox, John Malkovich, and Vince Vaughn. Does anybody know about Arkansas? Have you seen it? Have you heard anything? It comes out today. It looks really interesting. And then on 4K, there's a couple catalog titles, Mask of Zorro and 47 Ronin, both come out on 4K today. So those are the new releases for May 5th. There's a ton of stuff coming out in May. And then once we hit June, it's going to get really questionable for new releases. Like, it's going to be like, what are they going to put out? They better have catalog stuff lined up or something lined up. I guess TV series will start coming out, but I mean, there's so many releases coming out this month that pretty much is all the theater at home stuff. that's come out, plus the beginning of June, like the first 2 weeks. I think Trolls World Tour is supposed to come out in June, and The Hunt are probably the last two things. But everything else is all like dumping in May. So Sev says, I heard DVD and Blu ray player sales have gone up. Yes, they're up like 30%, which is insane. But shows you the power of, the power of home entertainment is still there. Obviously, people are stuck inside, and if people are buying movies and it's only temporarily until, everything's over, that'll be more stuff that gets resold in the secondary market, which is fun. Brendan says, get your gag reflex ready for Gretel and Hansel. Ooh. Jess is in the house. Ooh, big shout out to Jess, by the way. She says, I want to see Gretel and Hansel. I heard good things about the movie. Huge shout out to Jess. She did a bunch of hunting for me, for the boys, Jacob, Greg, and Joe. She was our Dollar Tree Queen. That's her new nickname, at least from me to her. And I hope you don't take offense, but you're my Dollar Tree Queen. She got pretty much everything on my wish list this Dollar Tree sale because I haven't gone out. Not going to the Dollar Tree stores right now. And Jess pretty much got everything. She mailed out the package yesterday, and then I'll disperse to the boys. But a huge thank you to Jess. She did not have to do that. She was like, send me your list over. She would go to multiple stores, sent me photos of everything they had on Blu-ray. I reached out to the boys. Big thank you to her. Very cool, going above and beyond. Rice says, have you seen the TV show Afterlife? I have not. I believe that's being found at Dollar Trees, if I'm not mistaken. Jess says, you're welcome. Dollar Tree Queen, I'll take it. What's her username? She deserves the biggest thank you. She's right above you in the comments, Jacob. Jessica Herrera on Instagram. It's Miss Jess 1. Jess, can you put your Instagram in if you want it here? If not, I'll let Jacob know what it is. But if you want your Instagram, it's like Miss Jess 1, but it's numbers and things. If not, I'll give it to Jacob off of off the live stream. Oh, itchy nose. Yeah, guys. So I have a package from Pam that has come in. The package from Collecting with Hammer, who sent me Amazon wishlist stuff, stuff from Macari, stuff from what else is over there? Target, eBay. Like I said, I've been going a little crazy. There's Jess's Instagram. It's M1SS_Jess is her Instagram, Jacob. So big thank you to Jess. She lives out west. And man, she posts some photos of her thrift stores. Wow, I am extremely jealous and envious of the thrift stores and the hauls she gets. Like she sends Dave stuff, so she's awesome. So thank you to Jess. And she's a good follow on Instagram, so be sure to follow her. Martinez Joe got a box from Disney Movie Club yesterday, all DMC exclusives except one title. You know what I'm a little perturbed about? I ordered from Deep Discount, which that's another package over there. I ordered two olive films and then a bonus movie. And one of the olive films and one of the bonus movies showed up, but the other olive film hasn't showed up. They haven't shipped it. It's not on their website. Like, I'm worried. Like, do I need to call Deep Discount? Like, why haven't they sent it? Why haven't they given me any kind of update? I'm not very happy. It's a movie I was really excited about getting, and yeah. Brandon says, I don't know how you self-control not to. Well, I usually open everything. The only thing I have not opened is the package from Collecting with Hammer, um, because I really want to be surprised when I open, because I don't know what he bought me off my wish list. I really don't. So I want to keep that a genuine surprise. Um, but like Pam sent me a package that came yesterday. I opened that. I'm excited about that. Some 4Ks I've been waiting to get. Yeah, Brandon said they split his order. They credit your account. I hope they don't. I want the movie. I don't want a credit on the account. Like, spoiler alert, the movie's Mannequin 2 on the move. Like, it's been so long since I've seen it, and I really wanted to revisit it. I love the Mannequin movies. Um, Brendan says he's missing Dirty Work and Ski School from Olive Films from his order. So, um, yeah, I mean, I guess they got inundated with orders because it was buy one get one free. But what a like bummer slash disappointment. Um, Rick, do you ever order from Wow HD? Jesse asks. No, I don't even know who Wow HD is. Martinez Joe says I open all packages because before I film because I have to make sure they're in. Yeah, that's why I open like obviously something from Jeff, Collecting with Hammer. He got the stuff from Amazon and then repackaged it because he added something else supposedly and sent it to me. So that is a bit different. But like when I order off Macari and eBay, um, I I open it right away. Like actually, I got a DVD off eBay and it was supposed to be in like new condition. There's scratches on it. Bridget and I were supposed to watch that, and I totally just forgot about it until now. I haven't left the person feedback on eBay because A, it's not like new condition, and B, I don't know if it'll play, but it's just a movie I'll probably want to watch once, and then depending on if it plays or not, I'm going to contact the seller and voice my displeasure because they have a like tens of thousands of feedback. So I'm just waiting to watch the movie to see if it works, and then I'll contact them. But yeah, so it's about 33 minutes in. So I have my stack. Last time we finished off, I want to say Aeon Flux was the last movie we watched. So or last movie we talked about on Thursday. Jesse says, "Wow, HD website has lots of good stuff. Check it out sometime. I'll look into it." Um, Before I dive into the stack of movies, I want to mention Thursday. I'm going to go live at the same time, 10:45 Eastern, um, because I don't have RJ this week. We'll be getting RJ Sunday night this week instead of Friday, which gives us 2 bonus days of movie watching. Um, because it's Mother's Day Sunday, so I want him to be with his mom, obviously. So yeah, then I will have RJ Sunday to Friday, and then another week. So next week is a big question mark from when I go live because RJ will be here. RJ will be doing schoolwork, but Thursday 10:45 live, just like today, and then next week's a question mark. So first thing from the second shelf, we're officially on the second shelf. 30 left after this one is a Olive Films release of Agent Cody Banks. I believe I got this from Second and Charles, if I'm not mistaken. It's a movie. I might actually pull this out and add it to the to watch pile with RJ. It stars Frankie Muniz and Hilary Duff. It's like a kids spy movie, almost like Spy Kids. Been a long, long time since I've watched this, and I never saw the sequel. I don't own the sequel. Spoiler alert. But this was really cheap. I want to say it was like $5. So for an Olive Films release, can't beat it. And maybe we'll watch that with RJ. Like I said, have not seen this movie in a very long time. I don't know if I've actually ever watched the whole thing, and I know I haven't seen the second one. But yeah, so that's the first movie there. I'm like very loungy today. I'm not sitting up straight. Like I'm all just like kind of chill. Next movie is a fun family movie, one I've seen from Disney that stars Steve Carell, Jennifer Garner, um, the kid from Percy being a Wallflower, the kid in the middle who's also from something. I have no idea what that is now. Alexander and the hold on and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Like I said, a fun family film. Um, One I definitely enjoy. I believe I got this from Disney Movie Rewards when they were still a thing for free. What's the kid in the middle from? He's from something. This guy. Like I said, the kid over there is from Perks of Being a Wallflower. What's he from? Anybody? Let's see here. The Visit. That's what it is. But he was also in something else besides The Visit. Because I looked it up. Better Watch Out. Yep, that's it. The Visit and Better Watch Out. So it is not the kid from Two and a Half Men, Joey. Good try though. Snotter Otter says thoughts on Nicolas Cage playing Tiger King. It's actually funny. I brought that up to Crazy Joe. We might talk about that on the podcast. So if we don't talk about it on the podcast, we'll talk about it Thursday. So be sure to come back, Snotter. I don't want to address that yet because I want to keep my thoughts fresh for the podcast, if that's a topic of conversation. Next is a flick I've never seen. A phenomenal cast, not really my usual type of movie, which is probably why I haven't seen movies like this. I haven't seen Gladiator, I haven't seen Troy, and that is Alexander. This being Alexander Revisited, um, starring Colin Farrell, Val Kilmer, Angelina Jolie, Jared Leto, Rosario Dawson, and Anthony Hopkins. Like I said, I've never seen it. The runtime of 3.5 hours is definitely a big worrisome. Yeah, somebody just said the runtime scares me. It scares me too. Oh, I have a look at this, a $7.50 ticket from Clash of the Titans. Khaleesi. Clash of the Titans to see it in theaters. In theaters 4/2/10. So 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago. But Alexander, what do we have? Runtime scares me. Agreed. What are the chances of you having got into movies with Alexander as the main character? When I'm at Alexander, yeah, it's crazy. G2H says, puke, so tired of Tiger King. You haven't even watched it, bro. You're not allowed to be tired of something you haven't watched. Now you know how I felt about Game of Thrones for so long. I didn't watch it for the longest time, and I was sick of everybody talking about it, and then I watched it and enjoyed it. Tiger King is very good garbage TV, like garbage TV at its finest. So, Alexander Revisited. Next is a very cool set of one of my favorite directors, but it's missing its slipcover. It is the Alfred Hitchcock, The Essentials, really? The Essentials collection. This set features Vertigo, which is one of my favorite Hitchcock films. Rear Window, another Hitchcock movie I absolutely love. Psycho, another one I love. The Birds, one I've never seen. And wow, why am I all granulated there? And North by Northwest. So it's a 5 movie set. I do want to get the big Hitchcock set on Blu-ray, but it just hasn't been in my price range. I'll be able to eliminate Hitchcock movies throughout my shelves, plus this if I get the big set. But yeah, it's a 5 disc set. I bought this back in the day from Second Spin, and it didn't come with. There's the 5 movies. It didn't come with this slipcover, and it was a bit worn, but the discs were all mint. I forget what I paid for it. It was a while ago. It was a very long time ago. Like probably like 6 or 7, no, longer than that. Probably like 8 or 9 years ago. Hold on a second. are you doing? Hey, stop being stupid. You need to chill out. Catnip's not supposed to make you hype. Sorry. Everybody's telling me to watch the birds. Yeah, I know I need to say it. It's just another hole in my to watch list. Just being crazy, guys. What are you doing? Don't smack your tail into my drink. What? Yeah, Joe says hopefully a big price break. I hope so. I keep looking on eBay or Mercari and try to find it cheap on there. It seems like that's wishful thinking, though. Andrew says Tiger King will not waste my time watching it. Yeah, that's your loss. I thought it was fun. Space Case says, speaking of Hitchcock, has anyone ever seen the movie where Hopkins plays Hitchcock? I have. I enjoyed it. I enjoy things about Hitchcock. I've also seen the documentary. I think it's called 7852 or 7842, which is all about how he shot the um how he shot the shower scene in Psycho, and directors were interviewed and everything. Marie said she watched that thing you do yesterday. She's mad she waited so long. Just have Joe pick and choose the horror for you to watch, Marie. And you gotta watch other stuff besides horror. Look at me, I'm diversifying. Noah says the Hitchcock Ultimate DVD collection was 20 at Big Lots. So it was, well, this is the Ultimate, the big one. Never mind. Crazy Joe says I have a Mercari account now. Some dude signed me up for it yesterday and ordered something. Okay, cool. What happened? Khaleesi's just being crazy. She was in the shower and knocked something off, and she's just acting a fool. She's very jumpy. She should be chill because she's on catnip. Next movie to talk about. Alice in Wonderland, this being the 60th anniversary edition with the slipcover. Is that blurry? There we go. The 60th anniversary edition with slipcover. Alice in Wonderland, I know it's one of my girlfriend's favorite Disney movies, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I'm not making that up, but 70. Oh, Crazy Joe says not cool. Some dude signed up with my email and it wasn't me. But I commandeered the account now and canceled his order. I hope you like changed the password and stuff. That's really messed up, actually. But yeah, Alice in Wonderland. Marie says she gives the cat crack and leaves you guys. No, it's okay. She gave it to her to calm her down, and she's been acting crazy all day, meowing and stuff. It must be a full moon or something coming. Who knows? So yeah, Alice in Wonderland, classic Disney. Like I said, I own the 60th anniversary edition with the slipcover. Joe Martinez has never seen it. Megapod Tester says it happens to me all the time because I have a pure email address. People don't use my email when they want to email. Huh. People use my email when they don't want to give their real email. Interesting. Next up is I believe I bought this back at not Jake's, Zern's, when Zern's was still open. I want to say I paid $10 for this, and back at like when I bought it, $10 is a fantastic deal for it. I know it's been that price other times since then, but this is Alien Anthology. Like I said, factory sealed, features the first four Alien films. So I've seen Alien and Aliens. I've never seen Alien 3 or Alien Resurrection. Um, I'm not a huge fan of the Alien movies, honestly. Aliens good. I am not really a fan of Aliens. And even Alien doesn't really hold up, in my opinion, as well as it used to. Aliens, I think, is very just boring and overlong personally. Um, like Aliens is 2 hours, 20 minutes. Aliens an hour and 55 minutes. Alien 3 is an hour and 55 minutes, and then hour and 50 minutes for Alien Resurrection. So yeah, I've never seen 3 and 4, but I own the set. Like I said, it's brand new, factory sealed. Bought that back in the day. Joe said Alien, the first one, is dull as dishwater. I disagree. It's not great, but it's not dull. Aliens and Alien Resurrections are the two good ones, and I didn't like Aliens. So usually Joe and I disagree, and it doesn't change this time around. So I'll probably like the first and third one, and Joe likes the second and the fourth one. So. Martinez Joe says I enjoyed them all. Marie says I haven't seen them all. So we got that. It's a 6 disc set with over 50 hours of bonus material. Next up is a movie I have seen, Alien Covenant. Saw this in theaters with Dave, actually, back in the day, and I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was entertaining. I've never seen Prometheus, so the fact that I saw this and not Prometheus, I'm sure people go, why would you even watch Alien Covenant? But it was an entertaining standalone movie. This being the Steelbook, as you can see there. I don't know if we have any cool inner artwork. I think this is the only Steelbook, and it's open, so... Andrew says, did you watch the new Hemsworth movie on Netflix yet? I did. Tune into the Mega Podtastic podcast where we'll be talking about that. So the inside artwork is, it's tough to see. It's a bunch of like xenomorphs. Can you guys see that? And it's the DVD Blu-ray combo steelbook. Joe says, coming in is the open one. Haven't seen yet. What? Oh, it's the only one I haven't seen yet. Got it. I assume that's what he meant. I pulled 20 today, by the way, to talk about, guys. Joe said I hated Prometheus and Covenant. There you go. Next up, I have not seen this. I don't remember where I got it, honestly. It's from 2013, and that is All Is Lost with Robert Redford. I assume I bought this at like a flea market or something, or on Facebook Marketplace. I do not recall. But it got a lot of hype. It's basically Robert Redford alone on a boat trying to survive. So very much like Castaway kind of thing. So yeah, All Is Lost with Robert Redford. Has anybody seen this? Is it any good? Should I prioritize this for a couple of weeks? Is it not worth watching? What do we think here? And is thrilling, highly acclaimed about one man's battle for survival. Martinez Joe says, I want to see it. Andrew says, All Is Lost is a good movie. Yeah, he's the only person listed in the cast. Who's it directed by? J.C. Shandor. So Andrew says it's a good movie. Either nobody else wants to talk or nobody else has seen it. I know Joe says he wants to see it. Joe Martinez. So... Marie hasn't seen it. So yeah, all right, Aaron, take it easy. Like I said, I'll send you a message on Instagram, let you know what was chosen to watch today. Next up, I got this from the Game and DVD exchange in media. It was brand new when I bought it. And for the price point, I think it was like $4 or $5, and there was a digital code which I had sold. So for a couple dollars, I added this to my collection. A movie, once again, I did not necessarily love in theaters, but I would definitely revisit. A lot of controversy surrounds this film, and that is All the Money in the World, starring Mark Wahlberg, Michelle Williams, and Christopher Plummer. And he is the reason for controversy, because initially he wasn't in it. It would have been Kevin Spacey's face on this poster playing John Paul Getty III. However, Kevin Spacey got himself under a lot of trouble, and Christopher Plummer went in and they had to reshoot all the scenes that Kevin Spacey was in with Christopher Plummer. He actually got nominated for Best Supporting Actor that year at the Oscars, which I think was kind of a cover up, if you will. Ridley Scott directed it. It's a good movie. It's weird. On the back here, it says, inspired by historical events, certain scenes, characters, and dialogue have been fictionalized for dramatic purposes. Usually they would say that in the beginning of the film, but right here it's actually printed on the back of the artwork. Um, Comes with the slipcover. Let's see what you guys are saying. Joey Baseball says, I demand the Spacey cut. Good luck. Sav's never seen it. Marie says, sounds good. Interesting. Noah says, they shot all the scenes within a couple of weeks. Yeah. When they did Christopher Plummer's scenes, it was like right away at the drop of a hat, they got together, did the scenes in a few weeks, re-edited the movie, and put it out for award season. And the only person that got nominated was the guy who did 2 weeks worth of work. It's a shame because I enjoyed the movie, but I think Kevin Spacey in the initial trailers looked nothing like himself. I really felt like I would have gotten lost in his character, where Christopher Plummer just looks like Christopher Plummer. Um, yeah, Andrew, we just talked about All Is Lost. I was asking if anybody had seen it. So, All the Money in the World. So this will be the halfway point today. A movie I have not watched. Speaking of Robert Redford, another Robert Redford movie. How funny is that? Oh, you know what? I grabbed 22 movies, not 20. That's weird. All the President's Men, Robert Redford, and um, Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, there was a lot of drama because Michelle Williams was upset that Mark Wahlberg got more money for reshoots. And I believe Mark Wahlberg either donated that money to a women's organization. There was something that happened there where there was like money was put back in and he donated. But All the President's Men, a true story of Washington reporters played by Redford and Hoffman and their mission to get the story and get it right about Watergate and how it ultimately drove a U.S. president from office. Jason Robards is in this movie as well. Um, Directed by Alan Pakula. Martinez Joe says, such a great movie. Yeah, I've never seen this one. It'll be something I watch eventually. I have to be in a certain mood to check this out. But All the President's Men, I believe I got that from Second and Charles. Rick, have you ever seen the Robert Redford movie 3 Days of the Condor? No, I have not. Next up, a movie that was recently sent to me from Mill Creek that stars Matt Damon, Penelope Cruz, directed by Billy Bob Thornton, and that is All the Pretty Horses. I have not seen this movie. I don't know much about it, but it has Matt Damon in it, so I'm definitely willing to check it out. I don't know much else about this. Has anybody seen this one? Martinez Joe says, have to scoop it up, want it. Are you talking about this or are you talking about All the President's Men? Andrew hasn't seen it. Movie Hunter hasn't seen it. Sav says he might watch Rounders tonight. It's funny, Sav. I've really been wanting to revisit Rounders. I might add that into the fold for the next um, hat drawing. I really want to rewatch Rounders. I've been wanting to revisit that big time. So, this is what Martinez Joe's talking about. Well, if I when I watch it, if I don't like it, maybe I'll send it out to you. We'll talk. So, all the pretty horses. Yeah, speed this up a little because we only got like 10 minutes left. Next up is another movie I have not seen. It seems to be a common trend today. This was bought in FYE with a great value, so it was 75% off, $7. So that means this movie cost me $1.75, and that is All the Right Moves with Tom Cruise, Craig T. Nelson, and Leah Thompson. I can't believe I haven't watched this movie. I love Tom Cruise movies. He is so good in so much. He was great in Eyes Wide Shut. Joe says, great movie, add to the hat now. So I will set this aside to add to the hat next time. We're not adding any more to the hat this week, but I will put this aside to add to the hat. Um, Jesse says, all the money in the world, all the President's Men, all the pretty horses, all in the titles. And here's another one. And this is the last one, All the Right Moves. So I will add this to the hat. The other thing, if you guys watch the live stream, Admission did not make Elf. I verified with Bridget. She says I don't need to watch it again. So Admission did not make the shelf. It is in my sell pile. Yeah, so I'll add this to the to watch pile next time. Andrew says I've seen on TV, not the whole movie. So we'll put that different direction, so I know to put that to the pile, in the pile. I got to pull what? Agent Cody Banks also, right? For RJ. All right, next up, another movie I haven't seen. Jeez. This one is directed by Robert Zemeckis. Stars Lizzie Kaplan, Marion Cotillard, and Brad Pitt, and that is Allied. I don't even know much about this. I don't remember where I got it. Take care, Sev. Have a good day, man. What we got here? 2-hour runtime. It's like a spy movie. Looks like a period spy film, kind of. Has anyone seen Allied? No? Anybody? Martinez Joe says it was good, but not great. A lot of time jumps. Ugh. Andrew Movie Hunter, haven't seen this one either. Interesting. So, yeah, I haven't seen Allied. I'm losing steam, guys. I've had like 7 people leave. Must be getting bored, or they're just busy with other stuff. All right, this one I've seen. We're on a streak of stuff I've seen after Allied. I've seen most of what's left here, but this is an awesome movie. I wish they would release the original version of it, though. I'm not a fan of this cut of the movie, but this is the only way it was released on Blu-ray. And I actually bought this when it was a Best Buy exclusive, and that is Almost Famous. Like I said, this is the bootleg cut. You guys can see there, I bought it when it was the Best Buy exclusive. So this was before it was released to the general public, but not the general public, but outside of Best Buy. Excuse me. So what they did is they released this version, which is like an unrated director's cut. Mine's still brand new sealed, and I bought it when it came out. I'm trying to see the runtime on it's like 2 hours and 45 minutes because they added like a half an hour of footage in this movie. When did this come out, guys? Whenever this came out, I don't know when it came out. Physical Media Man's in the house. What's going on, bro? So this is like I said. Oh, does it have it on there? I paid 19.99 for it when it came out back in the day. Because like I said, I can't. I bought this when it was first released. Does anybody know when this was released? 2011. So I bought it 9 years ago when it first came out. I know Almost Famous came out in 2000, but the Blu-ray didn't come out in 2000. So yeah, I love this movie. I thought that the cast was absolutely phenomenal. The music is awesome. It stars Billy Crudup, Frances McDormand, Kate Hudson, Jason Lee, Patrick Fugit, Anna Paquin, Fairuza Balk, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Jimmy Fallon's in this movie in a small role. But this movie is excellent. I just wish they release the standard cut, not just the bootleg cut, or have both versions be on the disc, and that's not the case. It is just the bootleg cut that is on this, which is a bit of a bummer. And apparently, this slipcover is pretty rare as well, if I'm not mistaken, because this was with the initial Best Buy print, as you can see there. So, yeah, this has been on my shelf for almost a decade, and I have not opened it or revisited it in any fashion. I need to, but gosh, I really just want to watch the standard version. I don't want to watch the bootleg version. I used to own the box set of the DVD with the bootleg cut, but it also had the original cut, and it came with the Stillwater CD as well. Next is a fantastic romantic comedy, and that is Along Came Polly with Ben Stiller and Jennifer Aniston. Also stars Philip Seymour Hoffman in one of my favorite one-liners of the last 20 years when he talks about a shark, and then the basketball scene with him playing basketball. It also stars Alec Baldwin, Hank Azaria, Deborah Messing. Just a fun movie. Um, a really great romantic comedy where Ben Stiller is a risk manager and he meets Jennifer Aniston, who lives like a crazy life. She's very by the seat of her pants and everything, and it's just a fun watch. It's a very fun movie. Jacob says, when it says bootleg cut, does that just mean an extended version? Yeah, so it's basically a director's cut, but because it's a movie about the music industry, they called it a bootleg cut. When it came out on DVD, like I said, it came out with a special CD and stuff. Um, yes, Philip Seymour Hoffman is hilarious in this movie. He definitely steals it, Make It Rain. Yeah, the basketball scene is absolutely hilarious in this movie. Like I said, there's the shark thing. Oh, you for scuba, Ruben! It's just a really funny movie. So if you haven't seen it, check out Along Came Polly. Uh, a movie that was on my wish list for a while and came across the Blu-ray for a great price. Now this, in my opinion, is an absolutely fantastic R-rated action double feature, and that is Alpha Dog and Assault on Precinct 13. Alpha Dog stars Justin Timberlake. Let me get everybody. Ben Foster, Emil Hirsch, Christopher Marquette, Sharon Stone, Anton Yelchin, Bruce Willis. Oh, what year's that from? 2007. It's like an R-rated drug action film. Really good. Like it was very controversial at the time when it came out. And then Assault on Precinct 13 is a remake. Um, but John Leguizamo, Lawrence Fishburne, Ethan Hawke, right? Yep. Maria Bello, Drea De Matteo, and Ja Rule. It's murder. Um, both really good movies. Gabriel Burns in this too. But just a great double feature. For some reason, the case isn't closing. I think one of my tabs is busted in the case. But I've never seen the original of this, but this is a movie I really remember loving. A really good story action movie. Um, just just a fantastic, like I said, R-rated double feature. Alpha Dog is based on a true story, Jesse says. Martinez Joe says Assault on Precinct 13. OG is good too. Both great films. Movie Hunter agrees. Great films. Brandon says I've liked that as a shelf spacer. Yes, individual discs, sir. Alpha Dog and Assault on Precinct 13. Precinct 13. Yes, John Carpenter did the original Precinct 13. Assault on Precinct 13. Sam's in the house. What's going on, Sam? So great double feature there. Great R-rated action flicks. Now, I realized that when I was doing or pulling the movies out that I was going to talk about, I own The Amazing Spider-Man, but it's up on my shelf, like on the top of my shelf in the Spider-Man head. So I didn't pull that down to show you guys. I do own Amazing Spider-Man. I also own it on Steelbook under the S's because I have the big deluxe Spider-Man box set, which has Spider-Man 1 through 3, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. But this here is Amazing Spider-Man 2, the Blu-ray, 3D Blu-ray, DVD, digital version. However, I love these cases and I wish more movies came out. This is the, it's like a cool, first off, the set weighs a ton. It is very dense. This still has all the paperwork with it. It's a very heavy case. It's, what do they call this? Like a Diamond Lux where it's metallic. And it's very like, and then the discs are just in. But I disagree, Joe. I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 is better than Spider-Man 3 personally. But it's a really cool Diamond Lux version. I bought this from a big deal off Facebook a while ago. It comes with a digital, some coupons, and a comic book. So, but I love the packaging. That's why I kept this. It's really slim. Martinez Joe says, "Ooh, shiny. I like it." Crazy Joe says, "Felt like a Joel Schumacher Batman movie." J2H says, "Amazing Spider-Man 2 is by far the worst Spider-Man movie. Straight doo-doo." I don't. I think Spider-Man 3 is worse than this movie. I thought Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man, and not that. Don't get me wrong. I love Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2 especially, but Spider-Man 3 with emo Spider-Man and all that. I just thought that movie was bad. I enjoy this movie more than Spider-Man 3 personally. I'm not saying it's good. It is not a good movie. I'm not saying that. However, when you talk about bad Spider-Mans between this and Spider-Man 3, yeah. But this is a fun version of it. Like I said, it weighs probably like a pound. It is very heavy. It's heavy duty. And it's just a fun version of the movie to own. Sav's back. And Sav, I have 5 more movies to talk about. I'm picking a movie out of the hat and then ending the live stream because I've already been going too long. So, next up is another title from Mill Creek I have not watched yet. It is America the Beautiful, the 10-part series where they talk about national parks. I'll pop this in sometime when I just want something chill on the TV that looks good. It's 13 hours, so it's not something I'm going to watch the whole thing in 1 or 2 sittings. Seb's back in the house, so America the Beautiful. After that, I want to say this movie has been on my watch list for a while. Excuse me. That is The American with George Clooney. This is another 75% off FYE movie, so I paid $1.50 for this. It stars George Clooney and a bunch of other people I don't know, and I heard really mixed things about this. But like I said, I paid $1.50, and I've been wanting to watch it. So at some point, I'll get around to seeing The American. I wonder if anybody has anything good to say about The American. And now, Brandon Sullivan, are you still here? Let me know if you're still here. Movie Hunter says American, good film, not great. Physical Media says was not a fan. Oh, Brandon's here. So Brandon, we're getting into all the American movies. I believe you mentioned that in our live stream last week. we're only talking about a few of them today, but Thursday, when we dive into the next group, we got a chunk of American movies. So Martinez Joe says seen but don't remember, so it doesn't say much. Andrew has not seen it. Marie says you're not going to watch 13 hours in a sitting. Nope. So the American. Next up, haven't seen this either. It's been on my watch list for a while, but it's not a Bridget movie. So now that I'm doing these live streams, like usually I would watch an action movie when Bridget's not around, but I've been doing live streams instead. But I'm not blaming you guys. I like doing this. I like keeping in touch with everybody. We got American Assassin with Michael Keaton, also the kid from Maze Runner, whose name Dylan O'Brien, Taylor Kitsch, a couple other people I don't know. So yeah, this has been on my watch list for a few years. This came out in 2017, 112 minutes. I just want to watch it, but yeah, it's tough for me to watch movies like this with unless I go in the other room for 2 hours and watch it by myself, and Bridget sits out here and watches something. Martinez Joe says Rick will do the 13-hour sitting when he watches. No, I'm not watching Lord of the Rings. I'm not doing it. Movie Hunter says bought the Steelbook, haven't watched it. So yeah, this has been on my to watch list for a while. Jesse says Michael Keaton's great in it, so I definitely want to check that out at some point. Next up's a classic, the Sapphire series version of American Beauty, starring Kevin Spacey, who we talked about earlier, and Annette Bening. Also, I remember being a young man, like 15, when this came out, and there are scenes in this movie with Mina Savari and Thora Birch that stick out in my head as a 15-year-old man. Peter Gallagher is in it, Wes Bentley, Chris Cooper, Allison Janney. Oh, Heath's in the house. What's going on, Heath? Mr. Serial at Midnight Heath. Andrew says one of my all-time favorites. Noah says still need to see it. Definitely. Sav says American Beauty, great movie. Martinez Joe says like the film, especially the filming of the bag flying in the wind. Yes, it's the most beautiful thing in the world that I've seen. So American Beauty is great. I'm a bit bummed that I don't own the slipcover for it because it has a nice like glossy slipcover, but a fantastic movie. I revisited this probably like 5 or 6 years ago. I think it holds up. I think it's still very entertaining. If you can get past Kevin Spacey being in the movie, being a bit of a creep in the movie too. So Marie says I'd like to see that in the other room, right? I guarantee you Martinez Joe has this, Marie. I'm not even there and I guarantee it. Sav. Movie Hunter said the mailman just came. What kind of goodies did you get today, Movie Hunter? Yeah, Martinez Joe says we have it. People are trying to tell me how awesome Lord of the Rings is. I just have no interest. I have zero interest at all. There's not even like an inkling of me that wants to watch it. I have no interest. So, American Beauty. And last but not least, guys, the last movie we're going to talk about today before the drawing and ending it. How can I not own American History X? Look how long ago I got this. It has the $24.99 price sticker on it. From Best Buy. Does it have a year that I bought it? I bet you I've owned this movie. Yeah, this came out in 09. I've probably owned this for 10 years easily. Crazy Joe says Lord of the Rings sucks. Movie Hunter says Mondo Heaven. 2 more down off the list. That's awesome, bro. Noah says still need to see American History. Yes. This is a movie you must see. Jesse says American History X is a powerful movie. Agreed. Edward Norton and Edward Furlong in this movie. Oh, man. Just phenomenal. Martinez Joe says, love that movie. Edward Norton said the filming of it messed him up mentally. Edward Norton is probably one of my favorite actors of all time. If you look at his body of work, later years it got a little but if you look at his body of work, he did so many fantastic films. Obviously, I'm a little biased because he was in Rounders. But when you look at movies like American History X, Primal Fear, The 25th Hour, Death to Smoochie, like Edward Norton is such a great actor. He was in so many good flicks. Like, look at his filmography. Edward Norton knew how to choose the role, and he was so good in it. What do we? I feel like I'm missing stuff. American History X, one of two 1998 movies that had both Avery Brooks and Elliot Gould in it. Andrew says a great Ed Norton movie. Jesse says I never forgot the Kirby scene. Would it be a depressing double feature, American Beauty and American History X? Yes. Yeah, Edward Norton is in The People vs. Larry Flint. Even Edward Norton as the Hulk wasn't bad. Brandon Sullivan says, I like Lord of the Rings, but Clerks 2 nailed it to a T. And that's all I need is Clerks 2, walking, dropping the ring, like, very funny scene. Yeah, Primal Fear. Seth says he hasn't seen it in a long time. A very heavy watch. Duh, I forgot about Fight Club. Edward Norton was in Fight Club. Yeah, between like, 95 and 2006, Edward Norton is, look at his, I'm telling you, look at his filmography. Then he got a bit like, he went away for a while. Then he was in a movie called Stone that was okay. A movie, I'm trying to think. He did Motherless Brooklyn, which he actually directed. That was okay. It wasn't great, but it's worth a watch. J2H says Edward Norton as the Hulk did suck. I disagree. Megapodtastic says, and The Big Hit is excellent. That was the other movie from 98. The Big Hit has been on my to watch list too. Man, not enough time, guys. Not enough time to watch it. So, American History X, that's it, guys. That is it for the pile. I said that, Joe. We agree on that. It says, don't forget Incredible Hulk. He was great in that. Your mic getting a little scratchy, or is it just me? It might be my voice. My voice is getting scratchy because I've been talking for like an hour and 20 minutes. I hope it's not my mic because I'm just on my phone. So hopefully nobody else is having issues, and hopefully it's just my voice getting a little hoarse. Martinez Joe's saying, have few mic pops. That's not good. You guys have me all stressed out. Oh, man, I hope my phone's not starting to go. Brandon Sullivan says that Illusionist is another good one. Wow. I'll have to, I don't know. I'll have to mess with my phone. It's kind of stressing me out. Martinez Joe says Illusionist is amazing. Great. You guys are all telling me I'm having issues with my mic. That's very worrisome. Because I'm just on my standard phone. I don't know what to do if my mic is not working. Hopefully it's a YouTube issue. I don't know what to tell you guys, but Jesse says your sound's fine. I don't know, guys. Well, I've been going way too long anyway. So last but not least, we got the Eagles hat here. We got the hat with all the movies left in it. There's still 18 movies in here. So we're gonna all right, guys. The first movie of the day is going to be Slumdog Millionaire. I've never seen Slumdog Millionaire. So that is the first movie Bridget and I will be watching today. First time watch for me. Like I said, I've never seen it. Bridget has seen it. So that'll be the first movie. If you guys like the idea of me picking movies out of the hat, like I said, go over to my Instagram, go to my story, and yeah, go to my story where I do like the name out of the hat thing. I'll be doing that through Sunday, and then I'll probably do that again the following week when we don't have RJ. Um, Martinez Joe says have never seen either. Brandon says that's on my never seen shelf too. Movie Hunter hasn't seen it, so yeah, this will be a first time watch for me. Something I've been wanting to check out for a while. Now that you guys have me all stressed out about my microphone, I need to maybe blow some canned air in here that I don't have, or hopefully it's just a live stream. Yeah, so especially knowing I'm doing the podcast with Joe and Jacob tonight, a little bit of worry. So I'm ending this. I need to stop talking. Like I said, guys, stay tuned. Megapodtastic tonight. I'll be on with Jacob and Joe, and I believe that'll drop Friday. Check out my Instagram where I am doing my movies out of the hat thing that people seem to really be enjoying. I know Aaron took my idea, which is fine. I like that a lot of people like the idea and are doing it on their own. And it's great that I can just pick something out of a hat and um, like watch it and just say whatever I pick out of the hat is what I'm watching, not like choose between 20 movies, just draw it out of the hat and that's it. So hopefully you guys had fun. I will be back on Thursday, 10:45 Eastern Standard Time to do another live stream. Hopefully I'm not having mic issues, and that's it, guys. So as always, until next time, who's down to movie? Bye.